I have a lot of people reach out to me and tell me that they can, feel like the energy in my paintings, and that means so much to me. And I'm just hoping that, people look at that and at some of my pieces and they think, like I can feel the strength behind that woman, or I can feel in the colors, I think really play a big part. Hi, my name is Cydnee Moore and my title is Art by Cyd. So I'm from a little bit of everywhere. I've lived in Michigan, Texas, Chicago, but I moved here 2 years ago from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I would say my style is bold colors, bright lines. I use mostly acrylic paintings or acrylic paints. And I'm very heavily influenced by African American culture, so music, literature, movies. My art is very Afrocentric. I wouldn't necessarily classify myself as like a super hardcore feminist, but women are such powerful beings to me, and so I paint a lot of women. And what I'll do is just kind of go through pictures of like my friends, or I might get on Pinterest and, just look at, Middle Eastern women, Asian women, African American women, and just find pictures that, photographs that really speak to me, and then kind of take those and put my twist on them and paint them in my style with the bold colors, the expressive lines, and try and put some of that power that I feel looking at some of those images into my artwork. I vividly remember I went to college in Chicago, and when I was decorating my dorm room and doing my typical college Target trip, I was looking at all the artwork, and I've always loved art, and I was like bummed that I didn't want to have just like regular standard like hotel art in my room. And so I just started painting my own because I couldn't afford any of like the cool art that I would see, walking around galleries and stuff downtown Chicago. So to me, I remember being, a young college student or a young, 20-something, and wanting to decorate my space, whether it was my dorm or my first apartment, with super cool artwork, and I just couldn't afford any of it. The art industry is very highbrow, and I want everybody to be able to afford cool pieces for their, first apartment or their dorm room or whatever. I think especially now with social media, you can build yourself your own platform. Young people are more into the art scene than they really ever have been, and I want anybody who wants my art to be able to have some. And I think it's important that, young people can find an artist that that they like on Instagram and look at it and go, oh, I can actually buy that if I want to. The art scene here is amazing. My husband and I, when we came from Grand Rapids, and then my husband grew up in Chicago and I spent my college and high school years in Chicago, we were really nervous coming to like a smaller city. My husband's a tattoo artist, so we always had this mindset that like we need to be in like a big fast-paced city to make a name for ourselves in the art industry. And moving here, we have both been completely just blown away. Like the support for local businesses in general, but especially for local art, is mind-blowing. We've been so happy and had so much more success here creatively in a few years than we had, in the 5 or 6 previous to moving here. And then we live in the Old West End area, so especially here, we're surrounded by so much, local artwork. We're right by the art museum. It's been phenomenal. Having the pandemic, it's been rough financially, but it also has given us so much more time to focus just on our craft. And I have seen a lot of artists that I follow on social media and stuff doing really well during the pandemic because they've had so much more time to be home and just, have a whole day to sit and create and be in that creative space because you're not distracted by everything else that's going on. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My website is coming soon. My Instagram is Art by Cyd, and then my Facebook is Cydnee Moore.